Business Webinar Strategies: How to Grow Your Business and Put More Cash in Your Pocket with Webinars. Once you've got lead generation webinars under your belt, it's time to move on to selling your own products or promoting products as an affiliate with free webinars to generate not just leads, but actual cash. Giving away great information. As with lead generation webinars, your content starts with giving away great information. It used to be the accepted strategy to show the what to do, but not the how to do it. In other words, give away only enough information to tease, but today's online buyers are less patient and more savvy. Competition is fiercer now too, and there is a lot more of it. It's even more vital to offer your target customer content that goes the extra mile to deliver what they want and need. And your whole message should let them know there's lots more where that came from. This means you need to have several more paid offerings ready and waiting in the wings to continue the great momentum you build with each webinar. This includes upsells, downsells, cross-sells, deluxe versions, gold and platinum versions, affiliate products that enhance and augment your own, and joint venture products designed to offer especially high value. All these can be offered during and directly at the close of the webinar, your call to action, or presented during follow-up. How to add value and profit potential when you're practically new. You're a comparatively new entry in your field, and even though you ran a lead generation webinar, there were only 25 seats. 5 people showed up, even though 18 of the original 60 or so you invited actually took the time to register. Sure, what you delivered was so great it created a satisfying amount of buzz, but now that it's time to generate actual cash with your next webinar, you're realizing that selling this special report for $19.99 is hardly worth your time, even if you take into account the fact you're keeping your new subscribers and cementing their loyalty, as well as attracting a few new prospects. Besides, you've been too busy to create that report yet. So, how do you take that momentum and convert it straight to some serious sales profit making for you while you work on that special report? Using the webinar model, there are 3 strategies to consider: holding a summit, joint venture partnerships, and selling affiliate products for your JV partner. You may think that attracting a more powerful JV partner or celebrity guest is a long shot, but it doesn't have to be. There's one simple rule to remember when going after celebrity or high-power potential partners. Present an offer designed and fine-tuned to please your potential guest or JV partner's own subscribers. Holding a summit. The main challenge of this tactic lies successfully attracting not just one, but several high-powered guests. Still, target their own audiences, and you will have a genuine shot at succeeding. A summit involves at least 6 celebrity guests, all contributing material or time on a single subject or on one aspect of that main topic. It can take a panel format with a joint conference going on. Check with your webinar hosting provider to see if you need to add extra hosts for the event or simply manage it via mic and desktop sharing. Or it can involve different presenters in their own webinar segment at different times. You can promote your webinar summit in a variety of ways, using headshots and blurbs about each guest. You can offer 6 different master classes at the same time so that people have to choose only one and pay to receive recordings of the rest. Or you can offer these recordings free to the first 20 registrants. Flexibility is another great webinar advantage. You could also pace the master classes so that for 3 days straight there's one celebrity guest at the same time every morning and another every afternoon. And 6 is a minimum number of summit guests. If you're able to attract more celebrity guests, you could promote your summit as happening twice a day for 7 full days. The format is as flexible as your guest list, leaving you room for customization and creativity. For example, if you held a summit on Facebook sales profits, making your business grow 200%, and approached several Facebook marketing experts with a tightly planned summit, assuming even just 4 accepted your invitation, you would automatically reach not only your own list, but your guests' subscribers too. The trick, of course, is attracting that first prestigious guest. That's why holding a summit is something better done after you've already held at least one webinar with a single powerful guest in that niche. You'll have more leverage with which to convince multiple guests, with each acceptance generating more power and more compelling incentive to the rest of your prospective celebrity guests. Combined, all this firepower dramatically increases your summit's focused appeal, your base for potential attendees, your promotional reach, your guests will add their own star power efforts to promoting the summit, and your potential profits. Even if you were to allow people to register for your summit for free, there are solid ways to make significant profit from the event, even if you don't have your own product to sell. Sign up as an affiliate for your guests' individual products sold during, or usually after, the webinar summit. Sell each recorded guest presentation. Allow registrants access to each recording only for 24 hours, letting them know that, after that time, each recording will be sold as a paid product. Split the profits any way you choose with your guest, or not at all if that's what you've agreed on. The beauty of the latter model lies in having automatically created product to sell. Valuable content that will increase not only your own subscribers, but your guests' list members too. Another powerful reason to add one or several celebrity guests to your webinar or summit: your own traffic stats might look a little flat for any given month, and you might even see some dips in traffic depending on how much content you're adding. But your celebrities' traffic stats should indicate higher traffic numbers and a more steady climb each month, also depending on how much content they're publishing. You are not only adding all that firepower and traffic to your own webinar or webinar summit, you are aligning yourself up there in the firmament, sandwiched between them. Their success becomes your success. Their authority becomes your authority. What's more, you are the mastermind who brought them all together and handed them to your combined audiences on a silver platter. Well, not really, considering their own promotional efforts, but human nature being what it is, that's how you are forever viewed after the event, particularly if you work hard to keep yourself perpetually on your new audience base's horizon. 10 ways not to make JV partnership mistakes. There are basic mistakes not to make if you really want to increase your chances of attracting one or more celebrity guests or JV partners. The following tips will help you avoid these. Number 1. Make sure you've successfully held at least one webinar, even if it was just for basic lead generation. People are much more likely to consider your proposal if you present proof that you know how to plan a successful webinar already. Number 2. Research your idea thoroughly. Use surveys and polls. Check your potential guests' stats as well as their competitors. Have data to back up your projections. Number 3. Plan your potential summit or JV event as thoroughly as if it's actually happening. Don't approach them until every component has been thought out and set in place. Each assured answer you give to probing questions will reassure potential partners you know what you're doing and have researched your idea thoroughly. Number 4. Set up a professional website already dedicated to your webinar or webinar summit. By professional, I don't mean overly slick or 5 years in the making. I mean containing every resource or element your potential guest might need. Number 5. On your event website, fill in the faces and profile slots of each celebrity guest with headshots and bios as they accept. Don't just add confirmed guests after the fact. Have slots waiting with blanks for the final number of guests you hope to attract. Seeing who else is contributing, even if only one person has so far accepted for sure, can attract yes answers from other guests more quickly than any argument. Number 6. Have affiliate or promotional resources already in place. Even if finished artwork is only roughed at this point, prior to guest confirmations. Have articles, banners, code, apps, widgets, and any other resource you can think of ready and waiting for each guest to use. Number 7. Make sure your hosting has the capacity to handle a much larger guest list. This is one reason to consider signing up with a service like Adobe Connect as your webinar provider right from the start. The potential to host larger gatherings. Be able to answer the number of guests you're set up to handle the instant you're asked. Number 8. Show them you're ready and eager to promote. Have full email autoresponder series ready to go, as well as press releases. Offer to interview your participant partners and let them sell the interview recording to their own lists. Show them you have already set up outsourcing for transcriptions they can offer their lists as a valuable bonus or paid upsell. Add free, rebrandable special reports to their resources. Number 9. Make it ridiculously easy to participate. If all your celebrity guest has to do is promote the summit to his or her list, with all the material they need ready and waiting to grab and drop, it becomes a no-brainer to give you a yes answer, particularly when your format is set up with potential for multiple profit opportunities. Number 10. Get your potential guests excited about what your summit or JV partnership can do for their subscribers. If you've thought everything out thoroughly enough and can show a reality to your vision using the tactics suggested above, this shouldn't be hard, because you'll already be genuinely excited about potential profits yourself. Joint Venture Partnership Webinars. We've taken a look at the most complex model, the summit, but you can, and in most cases probably should, start out with far less complex partnerships. Admit it, having seen what's involved in putting together a summit model, doesn't it now seem comparatively easy to attract just one JV partner? The beauty of entering into a simple, single partner venture is that it doesn't have to be intimidating or complicated. You can choose simply to promote your new JV partner's own highly converting product solely as an affiliate if you choose. Even with only one successful JV partnered webinar or summit under your belt, you have aligned yourself with and influenced the decision makers in your industry or niche, not only in their eyes, but in the eyes of the general public and your combined subscriber bases. You can also create an even simpler webinar by interviewing your celebrity guest and using the Q&A period at the end to make sure the webinar recording contains added relevance to its target audience, who will identify with the questioners in the audience. This leaves you with multiple options. You can negotiate the right to sell the recorded webinar interview. Your JV partner can sell the interview, or you can give the webinar recording away as a high-value bonus. Sell affiliate products. This is one of the easiest ways to create webinars for cash. You don't even have to make a JV partner out of the product creator if you want to keep it quick and dirty, although they'll most likely be highly interested in a JV partnership later, once they see your affiliate sales results. What's one of the easiest ways to make webinar money from affiliate products? Take a high-ticket product, especially software, specific methods, or applications, and create a tutorial webinar around that product, showing people how to easily use it. The key here is to select a product you already use and are enthusiastic about. Here's a tip. Look for rebrandable products too. Sometimes converting a master resale rights product and branding it with your own name and logo can prove highly effective in increasing your popularity and exposure, along with solid sales. Pitfalls of partnered webinars. With any type of JV partnership webinar, whether you're selling an affiliate product or running a summit with a guest list potential up in the hundreds, there are a few vital mistakes you must remember not to make. The following tips will help keep you on track. Number 1, don't try to be all things to all people. Don't abandon your niche focus just because your potential reach has expanded dramatically. Keep your webinar topic specific, not generic. Try to reach too broad a potential audience and your signups will actually decrease. This provides one other powerful argument for starting with a single JV partnership and not the summit model. A summit model, of necessity, will showcase guests each with a specialized area in your niche. Even though each guest is going to be marketing to his or her own unique demographic, market your total summit to the specific guest base you want to target. Number 2, don't overextend yourself. There's a fine line between being ambitious and setting yourself up for disaster. This isn't meant to scare you, but do think through every aspect of your JV partnered webinar plan to make sure it's one you can easily handle at this stage in your career. If not, table the more complex ideas, such as hosting a summit, for further down your sales funnel, and use your simple affiliate product selling webinar to attract a JV partner, or use your simple but successful single JV partnered webinar to attract your summit guests later in the year. Number 3, don't make things unnecessarily complicated. Remember that by keeping it simple for yourself, your webinar will also be refreshingly simple for your guests and partners and your potential attendees to enjoy. Make "just do it" your mantra and use the results to help you fine-tune your next webinar. Number 4, set up solid tracking. Remember to survey at all stages of your webinar for cache process, paying attention to feedback, particularly unexpected results you didn't consider or plan for. Besides, letting your potential partners confidently know you've got tracking and tuning well covered will increase their admiration for your professionalism, as well as invite more yes answers to your proposals. Number 5, keep the focus on your content. It's the narrow focus of your content that will appeal to the specific attendee you have in mind. Remember that without an exceptionally good steak, barbecues just disappoint. Number 6, keep in mind your profit potential. You're going for the cash now. If you're keeping your webinar model simple and only inviting a limited number of guests, your price is going to have to compensate for the smaller numbers if you expect a certain profit ratio. For example, if your webinar hosting service only allows 20 guests, you'll need a higher ticket price to get the same profits as a 25-guest service, assuming you've marketed your webinar to a large enough number that all seats are filled. Your other option is to arrange specially with the hosting service, if that's an option, to increase the number of seats for that particular webinar event, which will have to be reflected in the pricing, of course. Creating a strong sales plan. When you are shopping around for potential JV partners, a focused plan will be your first tool designed to convince them you know what you're doing. This plan should include a strong, clear outline, your webinar message and goal, your specific target audience, promotion tactical outline, budget and metric projections, and a summary. Your summary should look something like this. Facebook Sales Profits, Making Your Business Grow 200%, presented by Jane Doe, will take place on Tuesday, May 15th, 2011 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. It will feature Facebook authority Joe Schmo, author of 101 Facebook Secrets Your Grandmother Didn't Know. Attendees will learn solid tactics and tips for leveraging their marketing using the latest Facebook change benefits, illustrated by solid statistical proof of Schmo's own 200% increase in profits during May 2010 and May 2011. A question and answer period will conclude the presentation. Remember, while your sales pages and emails need exciting, punchy headlines and dynamic text, your summary should instead focus clearly on outlining exactly what your webinar is going to be about. In other words, it should read more like a press release. Here's a tip. Remember to use video to support your webinar promotion efforts. Create a 1 to 2 minute video demonstrating one point from your webinar. Distribute and promote on YouTube or TubeMogul. Videos offer the chance to go viral and create buzz more quickly and easily than any other method in today's web culture, and they are augmenting your webinar efforts at creating a recognizable presence and sensory connection with your audience. Webinar management. Let's finish off with a webinar moneymaker very few people seem to have caught on to, and that is creating, planning, and setting up webinars for other people. Once you've got enough webinar experience under your belt for the process to become routine, use a lead generation webinar to locate your target market. People who would rather have other people do most of their webinar setup and work. Create templates and set up a basic webinar plan. Decide on a budget and calculate how many webinars you can handle, if you'll be able to outsource components such as sales copy, autoresponder management, and tracking. How much of your budget can you devote to outsourcing? What profit margin you need to make? Whether or not it's a strategy you could truly enjoy. Use a webinar to promote your services. Even if you try webinar management and decide it's not for you, you should have enough material and experience under your belt to write the definitive ebook on webinar creation. And coincidentally, selling your own product via webinar is the next module we're going to take a look at. Benefits of webinars for cash generation. Using webinars to generate cash offers on other people's products offers one of the quickest ways to start profits coming in while building your niche authority, provided you've done your homework and remember to keep it simple at your end and focus on their target customers as well as yours. In the next video, we'll be talking about how you can get paid to teach what you know.